Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Today, we are going to read a novel by Wilkie Collins, The Woman in White. This is the story of what a woman's patience can endure and what a man's resolution can achieve. Okay, let's see if the story follows this line. Here is an image of Wilkie Collins. William Wilkie Collins was an English novelist and playwright. Born in 1824 Victorian England, William Collins is highly applauded for his novels, like The Woman in White, Moonstone, No Name, Armadale. He wrote around 27 novels and several plays and numerous short stories. The Woman in White is a perfect symbiosis of murder mystery and madness. The novel is quite bulky, but the, the thread of mystery, what to do next, this thread of mystery and suspense can fix you in your seat. A dark black Gothic shadow overflooded the chapters and creates an uncanny sensation that keeps one fixed in the pages. Yeah, I make this picture just for your understanding. Don't take this. This is the real Walter Hart, right? Anyway, if I think that if I can provide you pictures, then you can feel that some drama is going on. Walter Hart, right, a young painter, and he's from middle class family. He lives with his mother and sister. He gets a job as a drawing teacher at Limergate House. Now, Limergate House, sorry, Limery's house, and Limery's house is the center of drama. It is the stage, you can say. Now it is Anne Catholic, and same is I want to tell when I tell about Walter Hartwright's image. Now Anne Catholic, she is the woman in white, because you can find she is wearing all white. She is the woman in white. She likes to wear white dresses. And there is a story about that. I'm going to tell you later why she likes to wear white dresses. And he always wears white dresses. She is the mad woman here. And she is mad. But her bout of depression and madness is not consistent. That I feel. Sometimes she get very anxious and her madness becomes prominent. Unfortunately, she will die. Anyway, Walter Hartwright on his way from London at Limery's house. So Walter Hartwright gets a call when the novel is going on. At the very beginning, we find that Walter Hartwright gets a call from Limery's house to join as a painter, as a painting teacher, drawing teacher, to teach drawing to the girls who lives in the Limery's house. So he is going there. And on his way, she met a woman dressed in complete white. So who is that woman? That woman is Anne Catholic. She had fled from an asylum. The lady, in between her conversation with Walter, mentions her connection with Mrs. Fairley. Now this is the point. Who is Mrs. Fairley? Late owner of Limery's house. Now, Mrs. Fairley, you have to understand this point. Mrs. Fairley has her daughter, but her husband has an illicit affair with Annie's mother. With Annie's mother, her husband has an illicit affair, and Annie is born out of that relation. So, you will find that Annie looks like Mrs. Fairley's own daughter. And Mrs. Fairley loves this child. She should feel jealous or she should feel hateful. But no, here in the story, Mrs. Fairley loves this child very much, Annie. Even more than her mother did. Annie's mother, I don't like that character at all. She is not a mother at all. She's a demon. So Mrs. Fairley likes and adores Annie one day in white clothes. And from that day, Annie promised that I will always wear white clothes. So that is the story of why Annie used to wear white clothes. Now this is the asylum. It is not, don't look like asylum. Maybe, let's take it for it is an asylum, and Annie has fled from it. So who sent Annie in this asylum? There are two culprits. One is Annie's mother and the other is coming soon. Walter helps her to get a car and she bids him goodbye, kissing his hand. Walter resumes his journey to Limeridge. Now Walter arrives in Limeridge house. Suppose it is the Limeridge house, beautiful bucolic surrounding, and Walter comes here. Now here you have Walter meets the person. Frederick Fairley, uncle of Laura Fairley and Miriam Halcombe. Now Laura Fairley, who is Laura Fairley? Here you find Mrs. Fairley. Mrs. Fairley's daughter is Laura Fairley, and Laura and Annie looks alike. And Walter, when was looking at Laura in her garden wearing a white dress, thinks about Annie because they looks alike. And Miriam Halcombe is half sister of Laura Fairley. And Miriam Halcombe is a very generous character and very interesting and very considerate. She always helps Laura Fairley and loves and always guides and try to protect her. Even it is Miriam Halcombe who explored the truth about Annie and Laura's similarity. The affair, the family history. It is Marian who digs out the family history of Fairleys, and she found that Laura and Annie looks alike because there is a link through their father. Now Frederick Fairley is their uncle. Walter falls in love with Laura Fairley. Laura resembles the woman draped in white whom Walter meets on his way to Limeridge and who escaped from the mental asylum. Now, though Walter and Laura love each other, their love story gets upset as Laura had to marry the vicious Sir Percival Glyde, and it is Sir Percival Glyde who is responsible for Annie's in the asylum. At the one hand is Annie's mother and there is Glyde, Percival Glyde. So these two persons sent Annie to the asylum. Sir Percival Glyde is Laura Fairley's fiancé, and Laura later married him. He is a cunning, immoral man. He sent his wife to asylum because I have already told you that Laura and Annie looks alike. So on that pretext, he sent her wife to asylum and forged her money. He tried to prove Laura as dead. When Annie was dead, when Annie died, he found that it is Laura, not Annie. And in Annie's place, he placed Laura. And he put Laura in asylum in place of dead Annie. In this way, he can use Laura's money. So he tried to prove that Laura is dead and now Laura's money is his right. Marian Halcombe smells something wrong and went to meet Annie in the asylum. But she can easily find it is not Annie, it is Laura. Count Fosco. Now there is another villain, he is Count Fosco. He is a brilliant villain whose brain bolstered the criminal activities of Glyde. At the end, he will be killed by a member of Brotherhood. It is his justice, I think. Eleanor Fosco is Laura Fairley's aunt, but she is a spineless woman and she has no voice of her own. Whatever she does, she prefers to keep her husband happy. Professor Pesca. Professor Pesca is an Italian teacher and Walter Hartrett's best friend. He helped Walter in detangling the knots of mystery. So he is obviously a good character. Walter and Laura, the great lovers, united at the end of the novel. I'll not talk much because don't want to be a spoiler, and you must go through the novel to find how Walter and Laura find each other again. If you like my channel, then share and subscribe. Thank you.